This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Now tuned into the greatest.
So when that bag come, I won't fumble. I'm just stacking on the low, but hey, I'm tired of being humble. Let me get to it. That motivation music. Get control of your life, don't let nobody else do it. Cause we're not gonna have Metro S550s cruising. Feel like you winning on the ground.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. I appreciate you tuning in to the first interactive sports podcast, a community that makes sure your voice is heard. So if you hear something you agree with, you disagree with, you like or you dislike, go ahead. Shoot us a quick take on the voicemail line, 219-413-9405. And of course, we will play it back on our next episode. And then shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode. Get $20 off your first ticket purchase when you use the promo code The Run Podcast. Now, this code can only be applied for first-time users on the mobile app or website, so I don't know about you, but you better go ahead and catch one of these baseball games, concerts, whatever is going on in your city because summertime is here and you know that the shows are happening. You could probably also go to a training camp as well to see your favorite football team since football is around the corner. And, my team been kind of going crazy in training camp. So the Atlanta Falcons, man, training camp, they in training camp, very intense. They fighting. It's looking good so far. And a lot of people seeing the fighting stuff. The training camp, when teams fight in training camp, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I love it. To me, this is something where we're establishing a new culture, a new era for the Atlanta Falcons defense. It's a huge boom for me. So the report of which came out about the training camp fight, it was with the rookie, James Pierce Jr., and he was making a lot of noise in practice, apparently. Had some good rushes off the edge and was getting under a lot of people's skin. So I love it. But here's what the report said. It said rookie edge rusher James Pierce Jr. and center Ryan Neuzil got into it, which prompted others to get involved. Primarily veteran edge rusher Leonard Floyd came to the Pierce's defense, which left the left guard, Matthew Bergeron, he jumped in to help Neuzil. Yeah, so offensive line, defensive line, brawling together. James Pierce Jr., he's the one that kind of started it and initiated it. And then, he get help from his boys, Leonard Floyd coming in. And then the offensive line not going to stand down either. So, of course, they jump in. And then it becomes kind of a bigger brawl. Now, Raheem Morris and Jeff Albrecht, they broke up the fight. They ended up stopping it. But afterward, they asked Jeff Albrecht about what happened in training camp and how the fight came about. And Albrecht, he said, we're trying to develop a new culture, a style of play for sure. And he said part of that is violence in which we play, aggression. So the urgency and all of that. So today at times it went a little too far, but we got to learn how to manage that. You're going to get agitated, especially when you're playing a really good defense. The offense is going to get very agitated. So I love it. And to me, this is, something where I'm like, he's developing a culture. This is something I am not upset at all. I'm glad it's finally here. It's about damn time the Falcons defense show some aggression and begin to get under others' skin, because we didn't do that at all last year. Last year, we didn't get under nobody's skin. We didn't bother nobody. Quarterbacks was in the pocket all day, chilling, singing songs. It was let's go make a fool out of this Atlanta Falcons defense all last year. But now with the intensity picking up, setting the tone from Jeff Albrecht of what he's doing. Raheem Morris is actually doing a great job too so far in training camp from what I see. But these guys going at it, it tells me everything I need to know about where we're setting the standard when it comes to Atlanta Falcons football, specifically on the defensive end here, because I'm loving it. To me, all the aggression, the brawling, the pushing, the shoving, the stuff like that, it needs to happen because it's only going to make everybody even more tough. So I'm loving that aspect on the defense there. You bringing in some dogs, obviously. Jalen Walker, he sat out. He was pretty inactive on that practice, but James Pierce Jr. also clearly showing that he's somewhat of a dog on this defense. He's been getting a lot of reps. It's been a good amount of rotation going from him having some first team reps, some edge reps, and then also going back to the second team. So apparently in the latest of the reports, they're saying that the defensive line has been getting mixed up a lot with the Atlanta Falcons, which I'm not mad at because for once a person can finally say in that front seven, we actually have a lot of depth in that team, in that front seven, especially with everyone healthy right now. So I'm okay with Raheem Morris and Aldridge kind of going around and adjusting to see which players work best in which areas in that front seven. So I'm content with that. And as long as we can get pressure on other teams' quarterbacks when the season start, and we have that same edge that we have right now in training camp against these other teams come regular season, I'm content with it. I love it. And hey, that's all I'm asking for as of right now. Now, there is some more things going on because the Atlanta Falcons now, everybody know Younghoe Koo, the kicker. Much loved in Atlanta. Done hit a lot of game winners. But Younghoe Koo is probably about to lose his spot. Yeah, so Falcons, we signed another kicker, Lenny Craig, and he's German. He's mixed with something else, but he's a German guy, Lenny Craig. And he was booting it in training camp, apparently. So there was a kicking battle, and for the first time in training camp, it was field goal practice. So we had Younghoe Koo. He was out there kicking, obviously. The new guy we just signed to a 3-year deal, Lenny Craig, was out there kicking. So for Younghoe Koo, he kicked 5 field goal attempts. He was good from 37 yards, good from 40 yards, good from 47 yards, again, 53 yards, and he missed from another 47-yard attempt. However, that leaves him 4 for 5 on field goal attempts. Lenny Craig, on the other hand, the guy we just signed, very young, new to the Atlanta Falcons roster, he went 5 for 5. And he also hit a 55-yarder. So Younghoe Koo, I'm sorry, man. I appreciate everything you did for Atlanta, but it might be time to chuck up the deuces, brother. It might be time to check up the deuces because Lenny Craig, this man made 5 out of 5 attempts. He was good from 33 yards, 37 yards, 47 yards, 50 yards, and 55 yards. And I'm content with it. I want to continue to see where it goes in terms of the pressure type of kicks because Younghoe Koo has been clutch in the past. But if this dude, Craig, can hit 55-yarders consistently, we got to have him on the field kicking some field goals. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a new era of kickers. We see a lot of kickers are, being able to hit 55 yards with ease, 60 yards with ease. It's becoming a thing where it's like, if your kicker can't hit 50 yards consistently, then you need to find somebody else. So this deal that I see here, man, with Lenny Craig, I'm loving it. I'm happy that we, have another guy that is kind of in a position battle. And everybody has the pressure on. That's been one of the things that our GM really, really said early on is that he wants everyone to feel pressure on not having a starting spot and everyone to have some sort of competition around their starting spot. So I'm happy that's the case right now. And then that brings me to the point of offensively. Obviously, we know there's a lot of talent on the offensive end. We heard Michael Penix Jr. He was saying the Falcons should be the number 1 offense in the NFL. And I do not disagree with him. I think the Falcons have plenty of talent to be the number 1 offense in the NFL. When you look at the quarterback standpoint, the running back standpoint, and the wide receiving core, this team is loaded on all ends of the offensive standpoint. Even the offensive line isn't bad right now. So from the Atlanta Falcons, the expectations, I think they're extremely high for this offense. So far in training camp, I don't like to get, too far ahead of myself in training camp, but Michael Penix, he was putting in work. During the 11-11 work that they were having, scrimmaging against each other, he completed 13 of his 16 passes. Kirk Cousins, he was also getting some reps with second team. He had 6 of his 11. And then we had another guy who was getting some reps too. He only got 2, but he was 2 for 2, which don't really matter. But Michael Penix, again, completed 13 of 16 passes. And apparently he's getting Kyle Pitts involved. Now, I know the narrative on Kyle Pitts. Damn it. This is a rough narrative. Kyle Pitts does this For the last 5 years, he's been doing this to Atlanta Falcons fans first and everybody else in the NFL who'll be picking him up in fantasy football. But Kyle Pitts, bro, I believe in you. I believe in you this year. I'm seeing too many reports of Kyle Pitts got a longer stride this season. He looks a little bit quicker. He looks a little more agile. His hands look a little bit softer when catching the ball. I'm seeing a lot of these reports, Kyle Pitts. So me as an Atlanta Falcons fan, I want you to have success. I'm trusting that Michael Penix Jr. is going to get you the ball. He already been kind of boasting on, yeah, we got him the ball. You're going to be seeing a lot of that. He's been saying a lot of things like that since he's been in that starting quarterback position. So I'm hoping we see Penix Jr. get Kyle Pitts the ball. But better yet, for everybody who ain't even Falcons fans, who don't really care how often he's getting the ball and if they're winning, for the sake of the fantasy players, Kyle Pitts, come on, man. Do everybody right. Please, man. I'm just hoping that this is finally a change from what's been the case in the last 4 to 5 years of Kyle Pitts in the offseason getting the hype and then going back to the subpar type of play. We know he has skill. We know what he can bring to an offense. Is just if the offense is going to allow him to be that explosive. So we've seen glimpses of it last season. I know Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, I think he had like 3 touchdowns in that game. So there's a couple things where I'm excited to see, and I know the potential is there. It's just we have to click it, and it has to go together. So that's my main concern there. Other than that, though, man, I think the things we're seeing from the Atlanta Falcons training camp so far, it looks good. A lot of this stuff looks good, man. I'm hearing a lot of good things from the reports, and I'm seeing a lot of good things from the footage, the throws, the routes, the defensive coverages, and the intensity. Now, the fight, I know some people are probably going to say, why didn't you get the fight on video? Why didn't you play the video back? Apparently, there's like a rule where they can't record the video and post it online. So that's why there's no clips of the actual fight happen. You do have to actually go read a document and stuff and find that information. But I'm content with it, man. I'm happy that they're doing that. The intensity, the tone seems to be in the right area. And me as a Falcons fan, as you can tell, come on, man. As you can tell, I am ready. I am ready for the Falcons to go undefeated this season, bro. I'm ready. I know y'all about to call me crazy, but I'm ready for the Falcons to go undefeated and shut everybody up. I see the Falcons realistically maybe only losing like 4 or 5 games. I know in the past I've said they're going to win this many, they're going to win that many, they're going to win this many. But nah, bro, the Falcons can really win like 12 to 13 games, bro. I really see it happening because last year they were on the correct trajectory, but Kirk Cousins decided to play through his injury. That kind of led them to a downfall. Even when they had an awful defense last year, they still were able to win games because of the offensive side of the ball. Now that defense has been corrected, it's been fixed, it's more intense, the scheme is a lot better, and now the offense is still the same. We have more consistency in the quarterback position. The receivers, the running back is still there, the line. So I'm looking forward to the Falcons to be very explosive. I'm looking forward to them to win game after game after game. The biggest competition on the schedule I see so far, Buffalo Bills, Carolina Panthers, they're kind of a sleeper. I got to give them some respect in the division. And then the Minnesota Vikings earlier on. So other than that, man, I really see the Falcons like locking down, locking in, and let's have a great season. That's all I can say. Let's have a great season, man. Let's have a great season. It's about time, baby. It's about time. It's about time. Let's have a great season. Let's do it. All right. We got to go to a break. Let's take a break, and then we got some more stuff. Cleveland Browns, they've been in the mix as well. I'll touch on the Cleveland Browns and let you know who they're going to have at quarterback. It should be very much obvious at this point, but let's discuss because apparently we don't know anything. What we think may be the case, we don't know, apparently. So don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to jump back into it. It's halftime. We'll be right back.